Hi everyone, my name is Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. Well, today I am publicly calling myself out for the amount of library checkouts that I have. On Friday, on my Friday reads, I sort of laughingly said that I had about 50 checkouts. That's a little exaggerated, I only have 41. And now that we are through lockdown and quarantine, libraries have been doing curbside pickup near me the last few weeks, and it's looking like starting next week and the week after, a lot of libraries will be opening up again. I'm not sure what the parameters will be or not, but the point is now I have a ticking clock for a due date for everything I have checked out. It's a lot. So of the 41 items that I have checked out, 10 I have already read or watched if they're DVDs. They are ready to go back, so I have 31 titles to call myself out with today. Let's get started. Okay, so first of all, apologies if you can hear my fan. I'm not going to have to turn it off. I already sat down. Like to keep it classy here. So I decided to do a read-along, sort of read-through of the Lemony Snicket Series of Unfortunate Events series for kids. This was inspired by my friend Danny at Spinelli Speaks. I'll link her below. So I've already finished the first book on audio, which was wonderful, and I have most of the rest of the series here to read through. So I have books 2, 3, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 13. So apparently book number 4 is like, I don't know where it is. No one has a copy that I can get at it currently. And I have number 12 on hold at a different local library for me to pick up. So I will have that one shortly. And now for the ones, there goes my whole stack. One moment. Oh, you little stinker. Okay. This stack here is the ones I have had since before everything happened. Most of these, actually, I think I was on my final renewal, which means I've had them for 9 weeks by the time lockdown happened. So they have been in my home since January. This is really bad. So these are my priority, since there is no way I will be able to check most of these out again. I'm assuming they will be either on holds or going back to their home libraries. Anyways, for starters, let's go with Blue Lightning by Anne Cleeves. This is in a mystery. This is in her Shetland Island series. I think it's the 3rd or 4th. So I've got this up next. I have this one, Mount Vernon Family by Elswyth, Thane. So last month before maybe, I read Nellie Custis's diary, and she was, as she says herself, a granddaughter of George Washington. My friend Paul, who knows all sorts of presidential stuff, he said actually Washington never had any kids himself, which I was not aware. So looked at the library, and lo and behold, there is this whole book about everyone who lived at Mount Vernon who was his family, but not maybe technically by blood. So I'm going to read, hopefully, this small little history book and see where Nellie was and who was really her parent and all that good stuff. A poetry collection by Danez Smith. This is Don't Call Us Dead. I'd wanted to check out his newest selection of poetry, Homie, but at the time it was a huge hold list. Actually, I think we can check out books now or put holds back again as of today, so I will go and get Homies. But I've just started this, and so far it's really powerful, really good poetry. So I've got this one. Then for Jacqueline Woodson, I have After Tupac and D. Foster. No idea what this is about, but I'm assuming at some point Tupac will be in here, and that will just give me another excuse to listen to some more Tupac. The One by John Mars. This was on my radar when it first got released a few years ago, whenever the heck that was. And recently, Heather from Soggy Expat Book Nerd, whom I will link below, she read this book because they were filming a movie or TV adaptation of it on the campus where she works. So I thought, perfect timing for me to get into it and read it before there's a huge hold list and there's a movie version and blah, blah, blah. Here it sits unread, but I have it. Then this one, Long Road to Mercy by David Baldacci. I have never read Baldacci before, but my neighbor, who is a reader, read the second book in the series. This is the first, and said she liked it a lot and thought that I would like it too, and wanted to talk to somebody about it. So I said, you know, I'll check out the first one and I'll get back to you when I read it. It's been months, so. And the last one of the ones that I have had for months and months is Curators, Behind the Scenes of Natural History Museums by Lance, is it Grande or Grande? I don't know, it's like Ariana Grande. This is all about working in museums, and it's very heavy paper. This is kind of a gross picture, I apologize, but there are illustrations and pictures throughout. Can we not have something horrible like pot and a gun? Laura, let's find another illustration. So here's a guy with some little iguanas on him. Don't know about that, but this book sounds incredibly interesting. So those are all of my oldest checkouts. Now I have 3 here for this latest round of the BookTube prize. So last round I had nonfiction. It was a pretty tough group of mostly books about abuse and violence towards women. So enjoy your pandemic, read about abuse. This round I have fiction. I forget what group I'm in. I think there's only 2 groups, doesn't really matter too much, but anyways, I have my 3 books here from the library that did not have holds on them. So I have On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, Lanny by Max Porter, and Women Talking by Miriam Toews. They've been around a lot, you know, I don't want to summarize them at all. And then I have, to finish up, graphic novels, which are very heavy, apparently, when you lift them en masse. So, I have both volumes of My Brother's Husband by Gangora Tagame. Here is volume 1 and volume 2. Then I have Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganucho. I checked out a few of these for Pride Month, but I don't know who qualifies for what. I don't know. Aquicorn Cove by Katie O'Neill. This was a total impulse checkout. It just seems like a cute kids comic about an aquicorn. Certainly more happy than reading about abuse. Showtime at the Apollo, The Epic Tale of Harlem's Legendary Theater by Ted Fox, illustrated by James Otis Smith. I saw this on Shannon at That So Pose channel, which she had a fantastic review of. I will link to her review below in the comments section, or description, excuse me. So I'm really excited to read this one. This should be really interesting. Then I have Bury the Lead by Gabby Dunn. Dead husband, missing son, and the wife will only talk to one person. Something about a reporter and a murder. Don't know. I have volumes 1 and 2 of The Woods, which is by James Tynion IV and Michael Dialanis. Can you guys? But this is set in Milwaukee, and practically nothing is set in Milwaukee. Hopefully it's not horrible. Chances are it probably kind of is, but I'll find out when I start. I think there are a whole bunch of books in this series too. I'm not sure how many, but I figured 2 would give me a good enough idea. And then the last 2 I am really tickled to be reading, and they are both by Katie O'Neill. It's the Tea Dragon Society and Tea Dragon Festival. So these 2 I have seen all over BookTube off and on for the last few months. They just seem so delightful and happy making, and I don't even care what they're about. They just look really fun. So I am looking forward to getting these too. So here are my 31 library books that need to get read in roughly the next week and a half. Yeah, that seems doable, right? I'm not crazy at all. So wish me luck, everybody. Hopefully this Friday reads will have at least some of these on here. Like I said, I'm doing the Golden Girls Readathon. All of the books I picked for all of the prompts were from my shelves, so that doesn't really help me in this regard, but we shall see. So stay tuned on Friday. Maybe I'll have some here. Fingers crossed I will. And yeah, I hope that this finds you well. Hopefully your libraries are opening up or doing curbside soon if they aren't already. And I hope you are all reading something fabulous and doing well and taking care of yourself and others. So I will see you guys on Friday for the next one. Bye.